You guys have also penned some very heartfelt messages about Kobe. And you're not only an athlete, father, husband-to-be, you all were friends. So how are you doing? Just, how you doing?
You know, I still can't get my head around it. It's such a cruel thing. Timing never been worse. I mean, 41, here's a guy that was entering the prime of his life. Gianna, who I knew well, Vanessa and his whole family. You know, but also to mention the other victims on the helicopter. There was 9 total, and there's 9 lives that are not with us anymore. And you know, from a personal point of view, I was just texting with Kobe about my New Year's party in LA. He came to Jennifer's last show. We had such a quiet friendship, and Kobe was like that with so many. He whispered in your ear. He never wanted credit. He was the toughest human being I've ever met, but one of the kindest and one of the smartest. And he came on my podcast last year, and I just love him to death. He was like my younger brother, and he inspired me, and I learned so much from him. My prayers go out for him and Vanessa, and obviously all of Laker Nation.
In that conversation on your podcast, he did talk about why he decided to take helicopters. Did that conversation come back to you when you heard about this?
Yeah, I mean, everyone started posting it again, and you know, I'm such a process guy, and so was he, that we were maniacal about our work ethic, and we would study each other's routines. And part of his big routine was, you know, going there and back to Staples Center in the chopper because he lived in Newport Beach. So I wanted him to basically address the listeners on how unique that approach was, because I'd never heard of anyone do that on a daily basis. So he articulated it beautifully, and yeah, so obviously I thought back to the podcast and I said, oh my gosh.
When you also mentioned that he's taught you so much. So can you give us something that he's taught you for people that are trying to heal, that maybe are looking for a little inspiration, how to push forward through it?
You know, Kobe would first, he was always very inquisitive. He had a thirst for information. It didn't matter if you were talking about football, basketball, baseball. He would ask me about Jennifer's routines. He never cared about what happened in front of the lights. He always cared about what happened behind the curtains. And he taught me so much about, you know, nutrition, about lifting, about being tough, about not forgetting. He would always say, don't forget who you are. You're A-Rod. Don't forget who the F you are. You're A-Rod. And get your hands up. Get your hands up. I said, now Kobe, I love you. You're the greatest. Don't tell me how to hit. But he would give you tips on how to hit. I love that.
He
was something else, and
that's the Mamba mentality.
That's it. I said, you know a lot of things. You don't know anything about hitting. But he's in a better place, and he's looking over us, and he would want us to go out and have that Mamba mentality, go out and compete, go out and be a great thing. And the thing that I love the most, where him and I were connected at the heart, is our girls.
I saw you posted the girl dad post, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Can I ask you one more question about you and Dan out here? Throwing at those targets. Where were you throwing?
I have no idea. You know, I thought I had a baseball in my hand, but actually it was a football. I was throwing like a knuckleball or something. But talk about like doing something with your hero. I mean, for some of you guys at home and women, I mean, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, like Joe Montana. My guy was Dan Marino. You know? And to do that, even though I'm, you know, over 40 now, I'm still a kid at heart. I still have heroes, and every day you should wake up with, you know, let's go follow your dreams.
He had your jersey on.
That was awesome.
Come on.
That was awesome. Italian. Look like Joe DiMaggio in that jersey, you know.